California Self-Determination Program for Individuals with Developmental Disabilities. Your Life, Your Way, a plain language presentation created by the Self-Determination Local Advisory Committee of Westside Regional Center with recording by Kern Regional Center Self-Determination Advisory Committee. Families and consumers fought for this new law. Governor Brown signed it in October of 2013. Self-determination means you choose who supports you every day to reach your dreams. No one can force a person into or out of self-determination. You don't have to do this by yourself. You will have help to find your services and workers. You will have help with your budget. It's about choice. You can choose to be in the program, and you can get help. Your services and supports can be from anyone in the community. No one tells you who to choose. You can choose the workers who assist you every day. You can interview them, hire them, supervise them, and fire them if needed. No one can tell you where to go, and you are the boss of you. No one can tell you who your roommate is, who you have to hang out with, or who your friends are. You can choose your own friends and your own roommates. Right now, 200 consumers in California have been testing self-determination since 1998, and they love it. So how does self-determination work? We are going to talk about how the self-determination program will work for you. First, we will talk about person-centered planning, which is the core of self-determination. Second, we will learn about the independent facilitator and how they can help you. Then we will talk about how you can make your person-centered plan work, what kinds of unique services and supports that you can buy. Then we will hear about how you create your individual budget and how you can change it if needed. We will then talk about presenting your plan and budget at your IPP meeting with your service coordinator at the regional center. Finally, we will let you know about the financial management services. These are the people who will pay the bills and help you hire workers and keep your budget. Person-centered planning. Person-centered planning helps you identify your hopes and dreams and create a path to reach them. Person-centered planning allows you to think big about yourself and your future. It is about the person's hopes and dreams, not what others think you should be doing. Person-centered planning is based on your strengths and what you do well and things you enjoy. For small children, the plan is more family-centered because family is so critical at this point. As a child gets older, he or she should start making more of their own decisions about what they want to be doing. You'll hold a meeting to plan. You will have a planning meeting that should take place where you are comfortable and at a time that works for you. Someone can help you plan the meeting if you want. Get help from people you trust. You get to invite people you want to be part of your planning. The independent facilitator can lead your person-centered planning process. They will do a pre-plan with you to decide who to invite to your planning meeting. They can help you invite people to a meeting. They will help you lead the planning meeting and take notes. They can then write up your plan so that you can show it to people. The independent facilitator can help you find workers and staff to support you. They can help you find lots of great things to do in the community. The independent facilitator can help you develop your individual budget by figuring out how much the things will cost that you want to do. The independent facilitator can come to your IPP and help explain your plan and budget. If you need help with changing your budget, they can advocate for you. They can also help you manage your workers. You don't have to have an independent facilitator. This is your choice. The cost of your independent facilitator will be paid for out of your individual budget, but your budget will not be increased to include the cost. The facilitator must be independent. This means they cannot be providing you with other services paid for through the regional center, such as your ILS worker or your respite worker. If you want, you can have your service coordinator be your independent facilitator. Making your plan work. You can look in your community and find great things to do there. You can also leave your neighborhood and do other great things. You can hire almost any worker and provider. They don't have to have a contract or be a vendor with your regional center. Not everything in your person-centered plan needs to cost money. Maybe you want to spend more time with your grandpa, or maybe you love to watch the sunset. You can hire workers, but if you don't like them, you can fire them, and then you can hire someone else that works better with you. You can take a class, but if you don't like it, you can stop going and try something different. It's your choice. For children, you can do awesome things with self-determination. All of the restrictions on social and recreational programs are gone with self-determination. Here are some examples of what you can do. Get support to go to summer camp. Take a gymnastics class. Learn how to ride a horse. Take an art class. Find someone to help you in the community. If you're an adult, there are many unique things you can do with self-determination, like hire someone to help you learn to use a computer. Start your own business, maybe write a business plan or help to do marketing. Ask someone to help you make friends or even start a relationship. You can hire a nutritionist to teach you how to eat healthy and take an exercise class. You can hire the support staff so you can live on your own. The individual budget. Your individual budget is the amount that Regional Center paid for your services in the last 12 months. If the Regional Center authorized or approved services and didn't use them, they aren't in your budget. For example, in the last 12 months, you had $50,000. That $50,000 is actually what was used and spent on the services through vendored agencies. Under self-determination, you have that amount to spend on all kinds of things, but it must also include your independent facilitator and financial manager. Your budget does not increase with those expenses. You may be concerned about how your budget will be able to afford everything if you have to pay for your facilitator and financial manager. You will be okay because 1, you can work out your costs with your workers. These costs may be lower than what the regional center might be paying. And 2, your workers may not work for an agency. Agencies usually have lots of administrative costs to cover their expenses. How can I change my budget? There are 2 ways you can change your individual budget. There may be a change in circumstances. If your life has changed in some way, like leaving school or getting sick, it's the same just like it would be in the traditional regional center system. You would need to ask for more services because of a change. So you should be able to ask for more money in your individual budget. If your life has gotten better, your budget may actually decrease. Unmet needs. You need to show the regional center was unable to meet your needs. For example, the providers that were offered in the regular system were too far from your home, or they didn't meet your needs. The IPP meeting. What happens at your IPP meeting with self-determination? Your IPPs will be different if you are in self-determination. You will present your budget. If you need more money, you will have to make a case for why. The decision about your budget is made at your IPP by your team, but you can choose to have your independent facilitator help you with this. Unlike a traditional program where your service coordinator gives you names of providers, you will be bringing your person-centered plan and going over what activities you have chosen. The regional center needs to make sure you are safe, but they can't tell you what activities to do or whom to hire. You get to make those choices. Financial management services. The FMS holds all of the money for you. They send you information every month about how much money you've spent from your budget. They will let you know if you have spent too much and will help you make sure you don't overspend. You don't have to check the backgrounds of the workers and pay their taxes. The FMS will do that for you. Important things to know about the self-determination program. For all consumers, regional centers are supposed to be the last ones to pay for your services. That means other government agencies need to pay for your services and supports first. This happens now with all of you. This will be no different in the self-determination program. This is called using generic resources. For example, school districts will still need to pay for educational services. Insurance or Medi-Cal will still need to pay for most behavior and other therapies and medical treatments. Department of Rehab will need to provide job coaches unless they can't help you. Important things to know about self-determination. Services must be in the community. Opportunity to participate in the community must exist. Community means spending most of the time you're getting your services around non-disabled people who are not paid to be with you. By March of 2019, this is for everyone. It's right away for people in self-determination program. Now, instead of a home with many people with disabilities, you will live in the community in an apartment of your choice with a roommate of your choice. Now, instead of having to eat at specific times and food chosen by others, eat what you want, when you want, like people without disabilities. Now, instead of going to a sheltered workshop and making very little money, you can work in the community at a regular job and make the same money as people who already work there, like people without disabilities. Now, instead of going to a group day program and not getting to say where you want to go or who you want to go with, you'll be in the community, where you will get to choose where you go each day and who you spend time with, just like people without disabilities. Now, instead of going to a camp only for people with disabilities, be in the community. You can go to the YMCA camp, church camp, or scout camp, and your self-determination budget will pay for an aide to be there with you if you need one. You will get to go to the same camps as children without disabilities. There's a big difference between regular regional center services and the self-determination program. I hope this presentation has showed you that there are big differences between regular regional center services and the self-determination program. In the regular system, you are walking the same path as many other people and using the same services. In self-determination, you decide how you want to live your life every day. When will self-determination begin? Well, the program hasn't started yet because we are waiting for money from the federal government. We are waiting for our state DDS to get that money. There is so much we still need to plan for. In the first 3 years, there'll be a phase-in period. There will be 2,500 people chosen randomly by DDS throughout the state. Each regional center will get a number of participants based on how many consumers are part of that regional center. After 3 years, the program will be open to all eligible consumers of regional centers. To be part of the phase-in program, you must attend a pre-enrollment information meeting. These meetings will be held at regional centers, in community organizations, at providers, and maybe even in schools. You do not need to go to the meeting at your regional center. I want to clarify that this presentation is just an outreach presentation. It is not a pre-enrollment information meeting. At the official pre-enrollment meetings, you will fill out a form with your name, address, and regional center if you're interested in the self-determination program, along with your UCI number. DDS will pick people by lottery first, but the participants will be diverse by disability, age, gender, and race or ethnicity. Do you want to be in self-determination? Call your regional center or go to your regional center's website to find out when your next advisory committee meeting is. If you are not using all of your services, you should be to help increase your budget. Think outside of the box. Be creative about the opportunities you have in the world that can help you meet your dreams and goals.